Hello, I am Mark, and this is By Divine Design. The recording that follows is from our weekly free transmission that happens on Zoom every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Everyone's welcome to join us. It's a great group. It's a great service. If you're interested, please see the video description for a link to more information about how you can join. Thanks. On to today's transmission. Hello, everybody. Great to see you all. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love, love, love. Hey. So today we're going to play with points of view. Yeah, so you're invited to just notice what is your point of view right now? Generally, it's going to be who you normally identify as. Might include the physical body, your emotions, your mental state. And for most of us, most of the time, it's just going to be like this area just right around us. You know, me and my sense of self here now. And then when we go into a meditation, maybe that expands out. When we're in a conversation with another person present, it might expand out to include like the two of us, or if we're in a group, it might expand out a little bit to include the group, or it might stay pretty close to home and just, I'm still just me and they're all them out there. So we're going to play with that in some possibly new ways, eventually all the way out to taking the point of view of the all that is. So why? Why would we want to change or play with our point of view? Well, one, it's the basis of empathy, compassion, true love, to be able to shift to a wider point of view to how somebody else is experiencing the moment or the situation. That just helps us to grow, evolve, be more loving, enter into the oneness. And all of those are more fun. They're more blissful. They're more loving. They're more pleasant. Or to even shift points of view like within our own self. You might be going about your day and then you notice a sadness. So you could welcome that and say, okay, a part of me is sad right now. I wonder what's going on with that part of me. Let me take its point of view and feel into that, listen, you know, what would I say if I was that part of me? You know, and it might be, look, we haven't taken a break today. Let's go outside and walk in the forest. Yeah, so even every part of ourselves has a different point of view than you might have in the moment. So to play with expanding into different points of view can just make life more interesting, more of a flow, more loving. And often it brings awe. It brings the state of awe. So you might be going about your day and, you know, you catch a sunset and you don't just blow by it. You actually take a moment and really notice what's happening. And you get drawn into this awe-inspiring, like wow, this is happening. And I'm somehow here witnessing it and I'm a part of it. Like that's a shift in point of view also. Or maybe you're just taking a walk outside and there's a flower and it just pulls you right in, like the delicacy and the intricacy and the shapes and the colors and the beauty of it, and that there's a bee flying around it, and you just get pulled into a different point of view. Like in your normal everyday, just I, me, mine, you might walk right by something like that. But when you notice it and you allow yourself to get fascinated with it, perhaps even to be pulled into its perspective on things, it can be an awakening experience. So to play with this even further, like look around your room, wherever you are right now, and allow your focus to settle on some object, any object, doesn't matter what it is. Like I have right here in front of me a statue of Metatron. So that's going to be my object. So what would I feel? What would I know? How would I be if I allowed my point of view to be this object's point of view? So for me, as I play with that, it's like, okay, if I become this object, if I am this object, if I'm viewing the world as this object from its point of view, what am I aware of? I'm aware that like I myself are not really that important. I'm a symbol of something vast and amazing. And so my role is really to help somebody like be reminded of the presence of this Archangel Metatron. But I myself, I'm not really all that important. I'm a symbol of something that's of importance. And the material I'm made of doesn't really matter that much. It's the shape that I've been formed into that matters. And come to think of it, most of the time, nobody's looking at me. Most of the time, I'm here and I could just as well not be here. But at those moments when Mark's sitting here doing a Zoom call, I'm here to remind him that Metatron's always present. And that's enough. It's like, it's okay if I'm invisible most of the time. When I play my role, I play my role, and that feels good, and that's enough. So, what's going on here? I'm just projecting onto an object. Really, I'm just projecting aspects of myself onto this object and then letting this object talk back to me. Why? Because it's fun. It expands my world. It allows me to take a different point of view and therefore have a different experience and receive different information than I normally would think of. And then you can take it further. How am I like a statue? Me, Mark, in my everyday world, I don't mind being invisible most of the time. I prefer it. But times like now, when I'm here to be a focus of attention, to help inspire you to look beyond this is nothing. This form, who cares? But if I can point you to an experience of your infinite divine being or the all that is, or the perfect true love that really is why we are here, then this is playing its part and it's good and it feels good. And I like that. Yeah. And then afterwards, I go back into my invisibility. Perfect. Love that. So that's a little bit about changing points of view and allowing yourself to project onto anything. And I did it on the statue of Metatron. Well, I could do it as Metatron as well. What is Metatron's point of view on me, on this world? Now, can I actually know that? Maybe. Can I project what I think it might be? Totally. Is that useful? Absolutely. The more you play with it, the more you'll realize that it's the ability to shift perspectives and take a different point of view, even if it's totally imagined, puts you in touch with higher and higher truth, puts you in touch with more and more love. It just does. You could say all channeling is just projection. When I first started channeling a being back in the early 80s who told me his name was Garuda, was that the Garuda of Vishnu, who I didn't even know about at the time? The animal that Vishnu likes to mount and travel. Was it actually a being of light? Was it just some aspect of me I was imagining as other than me? Does it matter? People came and had powerful sessions with me. Their lives, they told me, changed because of those sessions. So whether it was all pure projection or whether there was another being there actually communicating to me, I didn't really care. I knew I couldn't absolutely answer that question. But I liked the way I felt when I was channeling. I liked that people were having life-changing experiences. And so I continued to use that metaphor that I was channeling a being called Garuda until I dropped that. At a certain point, there was a transition where I realized I was in touch with higher aspects of my being, and I could just talk directly from that. And in some ways, right now, I just reference the guides, and sometimes the angels, or this particular angel, or this particular guide, or this particular form of God. But am I just projecting that? Am I actually in touch with these beings? I don't try to answer that. I just enjoy the experience. A way we become more is we project onto the world outside of us. We've been doing that since the beginning. This is just inviting you to do it more consciously, more playfully, and explore it. So that's what we're going to do in today's transmission. And we're going to take it all the way out to what I call the all that is. We're going to leave that undefined for now. Just whatever that is for you is all it needs to be. Okay. So go ahead and get relaxed. There's nothing you need to do. You can just notice what you notice. Let the transmission meditate you. Let's begin. This is a transmission of divine love consciousness that's always for your highest good and the highest good of all. It's coming in today as a very precise awakening energy. The next healing group, which is not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, is breakthroughs in spiritual awakenings. And this energy that's being transmitted right now is supportive, foundational to experiencing breakthroughs in spiritual awakening. It's coming in at the level of the heart chakra as a horizontal, like plane of energy that's cutting through your system, your heart chakra, on a horizontal plane. In effect, to open your system to that which is available, that which is here now, available for you, that's perfectly attuned to your next breakthrough in spiritual awakening. So now a vertical aspect has been added in. Dividing your left and right. And there's still the horizontal plane that divides the lower part of you and the upper part of you at the heart level. And now another horizontal plane or vertical plane that divides the front from the back of you. Has also emerged. And these are aspects of the vaster context which come in from outside our framework. The vaster context is a separate framework that's here to help the transition from 3D reality to 5D reality, helping to bring about a heaven on earth. And right now, this vaster context is working with your system, working with the patterns of your energy system in such a way to open you to greater God realization, spiritual awakening, the freedom to be who and what you truly are, even while here in a human life. So the pattern has been set up, and now they're going to increase the amplitude of it. Just notice what you notice as these awakening energies that are personalized exactly for what you need lift you into greater awakening. Greater awareness of who and what you truly are, as well as what the all that is truly is. So, this is bringing to the surface some of the ways you have been thinking about yourself. You have been identifying as. So, would you be willing to allow yourself to reevaluate what you identify as, who you identify as, who you've been allowing yourself to express as, yeah, and allow that which no longer fits to simply drop away. Like old costumes, you just no longer need, because those are not the roles you need to play anymore. Okay, there's another shift in amplitude that's beginning. It's like a download specific to your system that shows you the path of spiritual awakening, the energetic patterning that you can hold that allows you to awaken even more to the love, light, and truth of your being and of all that is. And it's good for you to know you can choose the speed of your awakening. Would you be willing to allow yourself to notice all the ways you still are slowing down the process of your awakening, the speed of your awakening? There's no judgment on that. You have the freedom to do that. But as you become aware that indeed you may be doing that, you don't have the freedom to play with easing off the brakes. Would you be willing to give yourself the awareness of how much you are braking, slowing down your process, and give yourself the freedom to reevaluate whether you want to keep doing that or how much you wish to do that? Because you're being offered the chance to go a lot faster. But it's always up to you. Ultimately, it's up to you. No one can force you to go faster than you wish to go, and no one can force you to go slower than you wish to go. In fact, let's play with a different point of view. If you were to allow yourself to expand into all that is, take on the point of view of all that is, what do you, as the all that is, know about this particular being's most appropriate speed of awakening? Just notice what you notice. It might be very clear immediately, it might be vague, there might be words or images, or nothing at all. Again, just allow the question to bring an experience as the all that is, from the point of view of all that is there any good reason to keep this being's spiritual awakening slow, far off in the distance? As the all that is, you are absolutely aware of this part of you. You have love beyond expression for this part of you. Would you be willing to allow yourself to experience yourself as the all that is, embracing your human being, in supreme love. Now, you may receive mental impressions, realizations as you do this type of exercise. But it's good for you to know this has nothing to do with your mental understanding. These are invitations to experience. And sometimes that experience includes mental understanding, and sometimes it goes right beyond it. So you're invited to allow yourself to come back to whatever your personal point of view is right now. It might be quite different than earlier, or might be very similar to earlier. And while centered here in your more personal experience of self, notice once again how you feel, what you experience as you are offered accelerated spiritual awakening, perhaps even immediate spiritual awakening. Just do your best to welcome whatever arises, whatever thoughts, feelings, experiences. Expand, expand, expanding your energy system even more. Would you be willing to allow your energy system to expand as much as is required to receive these energies of awakening, these higher vibrations, this greater freedom, this increased love, both awareness of the love that you are and an increased capacity to allow that to overflow out to the rest of all that is. Expand, expand. Continuing to fill up with more and more love. Clearing away anything and everything that's coming to the surface that doesn't match these high, pure, true vibrations. Clear, 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 clear. Most especially any and all parts of you that still feel a need to try to control your experience, try to control your expansion. Welcome that awareness of any and all parts of you that are still attached to playing small, keeping yourself limited, keeping yourself separate. That was all appropriate at one time, but just notice whether or not that's actually what you want now. There you go. Expand even more. Even more love. So we're going to make a shift again by shifting points of view. Just notice what you notice. What would it be like to have the point of view of the planet Earth? What might you feel? What might you think and experience? Towards these billions of humans in billions of different experiences. With all the plants and animals and just unimaginable amounts of insects, bacteria, etc., plants, trees, atmosphere. Your relationship with the moon, with the sun, with the other planets. And as planet Earth, what is your experience of the human being who's doing this meditation? There's no right or wrong answers. There's just what you're experiencing. As the earth, are you even aware of this one particular human being? Do you even care about any human being? And again, just for the fun of it, just to experience whatever you experience, would you be willing to allow yourself to shift to the point of view of the whole galaxy, the so-called Milky Way? Billions of stars, planets, 8 billion humans on one of those planets, far off over there, that part of you. And on that little speck of a planet, there's one individual experiencing a meditation, one of 8 billion individuals on just one speck of a planet, way over there in that part of my vast system, this galaxy. As the galaxy, just notice, do you care what that individual had for breakfast? Do you care what the rate of their spiritual awakening is? Okay, we're inviting you to shift your awareness back to yourself, your personal self here now, in this body, in this location, and allow yourself to be aware of this incredibly large galaxy all around you. Notice how you feel in the light of that experience, in the context of being this rather small organism on a rather small planet in a rather distant part of this galaxy. Who has bills to pay, a meal to prepare, will eventually go to sleep for another night. So there's one more being we're going to invite you to take the perspective of. It's a divine being. It could be your guardian angel. It could be some archangel. It could be your own future God realized self. It could be a guru or a teacher or a guide, a form of God that you feel close to, or your divine beloved. Allow yourself to recognize who this being is for you in this moment. And then you're invited to take his or her point of view. As if you're able to just shift places, merge into him or her, and look back on you, your human being, your human self. It's perfectly okay to use your imagination. Your imagination is a very high part of your mental body that allows you to receive information from that which is beyond the mind. So it can feel like you're making it up. That's perfect. That's fine. How do you, as this divine being, see this human being? What do you feel for him or her? What do you know about him or her? If it feels right to you, allow yourself to shift back to your more personal point of view. It experience of self as you continue to open and receive and expand whatever that experience was for you. As this divine being continues to share with you. Would you be willing to receive a breakthrough in spiritual awakening now? And it's good for you to know there's infinite divine support, many, many beings of love and light that are helping you to integrate whatever this was for you, whatever continues to unfold from this for you. We are all so grateful for your participation, for your individual expansion, for the group's expansion, for all the ways you are serving the expansion of love all throughout all that is. This session is complete. Infinite blessings.